Okay, we're gonna try this again. Yesterday, epic fail. Tried to stream and I accidentally forgot to put it on public, so that's okay. A lot of mistakes were made, so, well, not mistakes, but I had a hard time doing the animation. Wasn't quite sure what was happening, so that never happened, pretty much. Which is great, because I figured it all out after stream, so awesome. I'm hoping this one's public. We'll find out in a minute now, won't we? I'm gonna start watching numbers this time, making sure. But I definitely clicked public this time, so didn't have a problem. And today we're going to be doing some more UI work. So during the stream yesterday that I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't do it because it didn't work. Mostly my fault, but anyway. We did the UI because the animation was just not working for me, but that's all figured out now. I can actually show it. I don't know, there's some kind of a glitch with the what it was called. Yeah, if you hear my cat in the background, because she's going bananas right now. The collider, I think, is being the problem right now. We're gonna try and see if he eats this time. There we go. Yeah, that right there is the problem. So he eats now, and that works. However, we have another problem, and that is probably with the collider, and he's being wonky. So we're gonna take care of that as well. I'm gonna go to our skeleton here. Inside you see our collider. We're going to adjust that a bit. Where's our collider? Okay, so we're going to move this a little bit further in and a little bit further in on its foot. The only thing we have this for is because it can interact with triggers, otherwise everything is fine. But the agent cannot interact with triggers, so you have to have some kind of a collider in order to interact with triggers. However, that causes other problems with collision. So we're going to test some things and see if we can get this fine-tuned where he is okay. Alright, let's try that and see what happens. Also, you can have it if he's got a weapon in his hand too. Something that has a mesh collider on it. Okay, it's a little bit better, but he's still getting hooked onto that thing. So yeah, it's definitely the collider that's the problem. So we just have to play with it a little bit and see what we can figure out. I mean, I don't want to shrink it down too much, because we might, well, we don't really use it that much in the main screen yet. So we're still having colliding problems. Alright, let's bring this up. Let's make this as tiny as possible. About that. Okay, yeah, he's still got problems. Doing like a moonwalk. Oh my god, dude. Alright. Let's see, what am I gonna do next? I guess we'll just try to shrink it a little bit more. If this is not the problem, then we'll have to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so that is no longer an issue. Seems to be working just fine. Now we're gonna make him eat right in the middle of what he's doing. Boom. Alright, so he's still getting wonky there. I wonder if it's a food. Let me go inside of the skeleton. We're going to check out the food item. Fruit. Nope. Yeah. Okay. And we need... spine. His hand. Right about here should be. Yep, there it is. Okay, so do we have... we do. No, we don't. Oh yes, we do. We have a mesh collider. That's the problem. I'm gonna turn off all these mesh colliders. And that should solve all of the problems that we're having. So it's not the collider. I mean, it is a collider, but it's not the collider I was thinking of. It's the other collider. So we can actually make his collider much bigger now that we know that was not the problem. Let's do that now. Can I grab this? Oh yeah, I gotta turn that on first. Okay, so we're gonna go back to his butt and then we're gonna go right to the front. There we go. And that looks like how I had it. Okay. Turn that off. Play again, and that should solve our problem with the eating. No, he's still moonwalking. Alright, let's turn off the collider. Well, if I turn it off, then it won't work at all, but I want to see what's causing the issue. I don't understand why we're doing that. Alright, no more capsule collider. Now he will go, but he won't interact with us because he doesn't have a trigger. Yeah. So he's just gonna sit tight. That's gonna be a problem. So it is something to do with the collider. I'm gonna turn the collider back on. We're gonna adjust this. I don't want to adjust it too much, and it could be too low. We're going to raise this up a bit. And what does it look like this way? Okay, I'm going to do about there. Alright, let's try it again. All kinds of crap can happen when you're doing this stuff. Alright, there he goes. Alright, now we're gonna make him eat. Nope. There we go. Okay, so now he won't trigger. So it's too tiny. Oh, such pain. Okay. I don't want to make it too far in. Let's just do the front. I don't want to watch this guy and see what's going on. Let's do it from the top. Alright, we're gonna make you eat. I'm gonna watch you the whole way, dude. Okay, did you get the trigger or did you not get the trigger? Where's the trigger at? I don't think he hit. Yeah, he did hit the trigger. Oh, did I turn it off? Yeah, I don't think I turned it on. That was my problem. Yeah, what a goof. Alright, let's try that again. This time with it on. So somehow I'll just have to play with until the collider works. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Beautiful. Alright, so he ate it. We're probably going to make that less, so we're going to have to go into code. Let's see here. Let's do here. Oh, monster AI. And we want to lower that duration. Grab the food, he gets the food. Wait for 3 seconds, we're gonna actually change this as the animate. So we're gonna change this to 2.5. See if that works. Okay, go eat, buddy. Got it. That's better, but not quite. Yeah, this is hard coded, so we can adjust this too. Let's do 2 seconds. Alright, go eat. Yum. Perfect. Alright, almost. Slightly perfect. Very close. Let's do 1.9. Alright, go eat. Oh, there he goes with the moonwalk. So wondering what is going on with the collider with that issue. Alright, go eat. Done. Beautiful. Alright. So the only issue we're having is randomness with the collider sending him off the rails. Yeah, like that. So we have to figure out what method will work with our collider. Could be the agent. I wonder if it is the agent. Hold on. We adjust the agent. Radius. Let me adjust this down. Because we only want the radius to be around his body. Yeah, like that. That might be the whole issue. Okay, we'll try that and see if that works. And we don't have any more funny business. And yeah, no projects on board today. I probably will bring it back, but I've got so much work to do on this. That is my main concern right now. But I'm gonna do some live streams with y'all. You can watch me develop as I'm doing it, and I can possibly get some ideas from you guys. And there goes a moonwalk. And maybe fixes will come at me. Like that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's see if I can adjust this a little bit more. We're not going to go too far down, but we're going to get to about his body size. We still want the collider to be smaller than him. Alright, go eat. Everything looks fine so far. There goes the moonwalk. So yeah, I have no idea what is causing that issue. those circles? There. Where'd you go, boy? There you are. I noticed some circles around his feet. I have to look into that. It's so strange though that it only happens sometimes. It doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, he's got some kind of problem going on because... Alright, hold on, let's see if we can do this. No, I wanted to grab him. So I can't. Okay, what is this? That's the override. Okay, let's grab our skeleton again. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Okay, we're gonna stop for a second. I want to know what that is. What is that? What is that? Why does he have knee pads? Okay, we need to find out what the knee pads are. Huh. Let's do right leg, lower leg. Could be a part of his legs. Weird that it's visible only when I use this. Let's start clicking things and see what happens. That's the collider. It might be just detailing something. No, that doesn't do it. Oh, it's the animator. Alright, turn that back on. So it's part of the animation thing. Okay, well that's not a problem. The only issue I have is him doing moonwalks randomly. And I thought by rebaking it would be fine, but it's not. I don't get it. Alright, go eat. There we go. Alright, don't do moonwalk. Please don't do moonwalk. Awesome. Sit by the fire. Beautiful. Yeah, so it's strange that it's only sometimes, and that most of the time he's working just fine. So it's got to be some kind of a glitch with something, either the agent or the capsule slider. Could be also with the flooring. I mean, I might have a problem. Might have to adjust the floors a bit. But he's doing okay now, so that's fine. Alright, we're gonna turn him off, turn it back on just in case. Not a Unity thing. Alright, so today, yeah, we're gonna do some more building of the UI. And we're gonna start with that now. So let's start doing the UI. We need you. Come on, and here is our beautiful UI. Now mind you, this is going to all change because we just are using standard colors, but we're going to switch all that out with a device looking UI that I have to make in art myself. So that is going to take some time. So I might do a stream with me just doing art because there's a lot of that with this game. But it's going to be pixel art. So some of it's pixel art, some of it's not. Most of it is not. Just UI and basically just UI. It's going to be all pixel art. I did a lot of live streaming with Blade of Skulls. And some of them I made a lot of videos too when I made Blade of Skulls. And that was pretty crazy sometimes. I had chests launching out of the floor. I've had all kinds of crap take place. Some I was with a friend too, and he's cracking up because there's a lot of weird stuff that can happen when you're developing a game. And most of that's gone when people look at it because you want it to be gone, you don't want it to happen. But as a developer, you get to experience the craziness. And some of it's frustrating, but some of it is absolutely freaking hilarious. So, like the moonwalking, that's just weird. This is gonna happen sometimes until we figure it out. Okay, and I've seen that in released games. I've seen AI malfunction before my eyes in AI, and it's possible. I mean, things can go wrong anytime with capsule colliders or any kind of collider, depending on what engine it is, or their own engine. Anytime colliders interact with each other, it can send it off the rails. Alright, so we have our UI. We're going to go jump over there. Alright, let's get situated. We're in the front. We're in the front. Good. Okay. So what we have here is the monster information panel. This is what I did when I thought I was streaming, but it was not. However, this was all gray and pretty much gray. And that has been redesigned to be more of a device looking UI until we can do our main UI. And then we also have from yesterday the DungeSplore log. So what you'll get over here is the monster doing whatever he's doing, and on this side you will see what's happening. So while he's journeying around exploring, things will happen on his journey, and then over here it will be logged while he's doing it. And then while you're away, it'll still be going on. So basically in my part is when you load it, it's going to test your system clock, and then it's going to give you a random generated of events. And then it's going to of course show you and then apply your loot, and you can decide if you want to keep it, sell it, take all of it if you have the space. Of course inventory is going to take part in that, which we're going to do, and so on and so forth. And then equipment, of course. Now equipment, I don't know if I'm going to do actual equipment because I don't have all of the art for that. I might have to do like some kind of jewel or gems or accessories, something in that nature. I'm thinking more like enchant shards, which is one of the games that I made that were enchanted shards that will power you. Stuff like that that could drop as a loot. I think that's where we're headed. But yeah, of course you want to play something while you're playing the game too, so battling is also going to be a thing later. And that you will be able to control your battles. So when you're fighting somebody, you're going to actually fight them. This is all AI generated. So you won't be doing anything here, but just seeing what he's doing, what loot he got, coins, all kinds of stuff. Should be pretty cool. I like those kinds of things. Especially when you're away. So if you're not going to play the game, this will be the thing to do, is send him out, go do your thing, come back to it, see what he's done, see what loot he got, then go fight some bad guys or whatever. Alright, so we're not going to do any of this. This was just me showing you. I'm going to go into our new panel. We're going to basically just duplicate our main panel. I want to make sure nothing's attached to it. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. That's going to be too much work. We'll just make a new one. But we're not going to use a panel this time. I think we're going to do an image, because I think I'm causing more work for me later, and I don't want to do that. So we are going to do a new UI image. And we're going to stretch this all the way up as far as it will let us. There we go. Then what we're going to do is color it to this, because that's going to be our default. Scale this down. We don't want to cover that, so we're going to go up to that point, because down here is going to be information, like the escape to close, that kind of stuff. Okay. Now we're going to do our rename. And we did DungeSplore, we did monster information, we did not do equipment, we did not do options. I think we're going to do options right now. Options window. And maybe inventory. Let's do inventory first. Okay. Alright, now we just need to set it up. So our inventory is going to be... Let's get panels. And do I want to use a panel or do I want to use an image? Let's start with an image. And so what this is going to look like is we're going to have information on the right side and inventory on the left side. Remove, if you would please. If you would just finally, there we go. Alright, we're going to stretch this out so we can deal with it. Alright, so we're going to put this over here. Oh, right here. Boom. Okay, this is just going to be our left panel. We're going to go up to the center. And then we're going to need a right panel. We need another image. Get up in there. Make it bigger. We can deal with it. And on this side, okay, so now we just need to color it. Now, I think we're just going to start with basic, but we need to be viewable. We'll just do it a little bit lighter. Copy that. Okay. Now that we have our right and our left, we're going to also have a window for viewing. So we're going to make it a little snazzy. We're going to do another image. I'm basically treating images like panels now. And we're going to have this as our screen. So this will be our detailed information. I might have a title up top, like right in here maybe. And this will be our detailed information. So what we would do with this one is probably make it darker than that. Just put that down. There we go. And then inside of this thing, we would have our details. And then on the left side, we're going to actually have a viewport. So inside of this image, we're going to do a UI viewport. Well, not viewport, they call it scroll view. But there's a viewport in it. Alright, let's do this. And we're going to make it almost the size of the box. Does it really matter? I'll probably do this. All the way down to, we want it to about the same position of the other side. Yeah, I don't like that. We're going to do something like this. I don't want to adjust that. I want to adjust that. Wait, what? Okay, just the scroll view, please. Okay, not the viewport. Alright, there we go. We want it to be about here. And then up to about there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we just need to color this piece. This. Probably make that lower. As far as we can go, I guess. I don't know why this is. Okay, hold on, what's going on here? Oh, there's none. Okay. Yeah, we want it full. But we want this color. There we go. Alright, now we do not want scroll bars. You're not going to see no scroll bars. Those are gone forever. So delete those bad boys. No scroll bars. We're just going to have it scroll with either a click and move, like a holding click and move, and then that would be that. And we only want it to do vertical. We don't want it to be horizontal. Alright, so we have our both sides. I'm actually probably going to take the title from our other one. I'm going to go back to this. Oh, I can't see it. Hide that one. And I'm going to probably snatch this. So we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to... Oh, wait, no, not that. I don't want this. Duplicate that one. Hide that. This in our inventory window. And then we can hide this again. Nope. Hide you. And now we can go to our inventory window, and we can now place this where we'd like it to be. We want it in this side of it. Alright, where is the there? So I'm gonna move it to here and not attached to it. No, it's not. That's why. Okay, now much better. Alright, now we can actually play with it. Awesome. Probably go to the full length. There we go. Okay, now we're going to rename this title because this is not correct. So we're going to rename you to label. This is going to be our inventory info. And then on the left side, we'll just duplicate this one. Put that over on our other side in our other image. Slide that on over. Get on over there. Just like that. And then we're going to name this one label inventory. So, okay. And then we're gonna change the text, of course, because wow. We're gonna call this inventory. Oops. And this one will be inventory. Look right. I need to get you situated. Why are you doing this? Might be the mask. There we go. We'll just do it to about there. That look funny? A little bit. Alright, we'll have to even it out. Okay, better. Okay, so we have that now. We just need to put stuff inside of it. So if you hear that noise, that's my turtle going nuts. I have turtle and crazy cat behind me. Alright. So inside of our scroll view, inside of our content, we're gonna add some features. We're gonna raise this a bit. Probably all the way down. Now, we don't need all the way down, but we'll just do more work with it. Alright, so inside of our content, we're gonna need a image. No. Alright? No, because it's not a box, but we'll work with it. Now, yes, we also have to go through alignment and all that stuff, but we're not going to worry about that right now. I think halfway should be fine. Okay, so this will be our image background, slot background. And then we're going to color it to a nice darker color for now, because that's going to be the background. Makes sense. That's a bit too dark. Getting almost as dark as our title. Okay, so now that we have that and we have our slot, now we just need info for our slot. So this will be the background. We're going to add another image. Going to go over there. We're going to size this up. I think it's controls. Oh no, it's not. Is it shift? It's shift. Size this up. We don't want it too freaking big. We want it big enough. What are we looking at now? 300 maybe? 300. 300 by 300. That might even be too big, but this is like council big. Maybe we should do 200. Oh, that's too small. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. And then we can also adjust this to put that in the center. And then inside of this image, we're going to have the actual image. So we're going to do it again, image, and then we only want this to be almost the size of our background of the slot. There. Now we can adjust both slots. This will be image inside of slot. So basically what we're going to rename this to is image slot sprite. This is going to be image slot background. Alright, we want to make sure that's centered, and we want to make sure this is centered as well. Yeah, we're not going to stretch that. We're just going to leave it where it is. But we're going to actually keep it on the left side. And now we just need information. So what is it? How much quantity? What are we going to do with it? That kind of stuff. So once you click it, yeah, what are you going to do with it? I think the only thing we would need really is just to remove it, because you're going to be selling this stuff somewhere instead if you don't want to remove it. Alright, so let's make a nice title in here. Oops, what are you doing, dude? There we go. How do I want this to look? Well, first of all, let's get our side made. We kind of want it to be like this. This does not hang off. Alright, then this will be our information. We're going to take this. Actually take this. And we're going to recolor it to a slightly lighter color. Okay. Now we need to rename this to image info background. Now we can make our titles and stuff. So let's do image again. And we can have And I'm gonna scratch that because I think we'll start working on our stuff first. Text, we're gonna need something for a title. Usually titles go in the center here. I want it kind of like a box. I'm gonna put this on top. Actually, it doesn't matter, we can do this. There we go. Alright, center that baby. Beautiful. Hold it. Make it bigger. Boom. Oh my god, that's freaking huge. Okay, one more. That's better, but Jesus. Okay, 70. That's good. We'll go with 60 for now. And this would be our title. So let's say it's a big whopping steak. I don't know. Meat. Leg. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do meat of leg. Alright. And then below it we would say what quantity and all that good stuff. What it does. How much, what it does. So we're gonna need those things as well. Because this is going to be our item. So image, no, not image. Text, item, name. And then below our item name, we're also going to need another text. This will be much smaller. And we're going to give it our quantities. Oh, we can just call it quantity. I spelled that right. Which is why, because I'm not a very good speller. I'll fix it later. 180. That's way too big. Let's do, well, we did 60, so let's do 40 and see how that looks. That's way too tiny. So we'll deal with 60. We'll bold it. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger then. We'll have to make this 50. And then we'll work with this guy. Alright, let's fix this. We got our quantity. Probably right align it because we're going to put our quantity next to it. And I gotta get all the things first, so then we can start laying it out. But I kind of want quantity on the bottom here for now. We're gonna rename this as text quantity. Quantity, or yeah, I don't know. Terrible speller. Can't help it. So I always go back and check spelling. Alright, we got our quantity. We need a couple of buttons. Well, just one really. For removing. So, make a new button. And again, we're not laying this out just yet because I need to get all the things together. Wrong. I always forget which button. Shit. Here we go. Alright. This is going to be button remove. You can remove it from your inventory, and we need to remove. And we don't really need to worry about that. But we're going to bold it, make it bigger, change the text to white, and the button itself will be like our buttons at the top, like that. And there we go. You're going to make this a little bit bigger if you want it that big. Probably bigger than that because we want people to be able to click it easily. And we'll put that down here. Alright, so we got our remove button, we've got our item name. Now we need information. So what is it? What does it do? That would be next. So I think we'll have that. No, I'm going to change it a bit. We'll move this over here. And we're also going to need a quantity label. So let's do that. Let's do, actually we can just duplicate this and rename it. Label quantity. And we can adjust that in code. Alright, we'll snap it there. And we'll just say 1, give you an idea of what it looks like. We're going to center this though. Like that. There we go, and then we want to make sure it's nice. So there's our quantity, there's a remove button. We do want our information here. So actually, I think we might make this content a little bit bigger. Oh, not the content, the slot. Because we need more. We need lots of the more. We're gonna have to adjust this a little bit. You know what? I might have this instead. Like down here, maybe? And then the quantity? And then this be the information? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Alright, let's click this again. And then we'll just work with this. And then we're going to change this. We'll move this out of here. We'll put this down here. And then we'll keep our quantity because our button's going to be on the bottom here. Like right smack in the center. About there. And that's just going to be remove it. Now if we want more buttons, I guess we could add them on later. But at least we have what we need. So awesome. And then we're going to adjust this too because this is way out of place. And you up to about in the center of this. And now we can have our information. So what we need in here is going to be a new box. And you kind of probably seen these. This UI theme in a lot of RPGs. Image. I'll throw that in the background. And we're going to color it a darker color. And this is going to be our information. I might make this smaller because there's like a whole lot of nothing over here. If I can squeeze this remove button in there, that would make my day too. Right now we're going to raise this up. It's too far up there. Raise this over. Okay, yeah, it kind of looks funky. How about we do this instead? No, that's weird. Hold on. Get up in there. How about we put you right there and put you right there for now. And then we'll do this. And then we'll center it instead of this. Like that. Okay, then we have more room to play with. Yeah, it looks a little bit crazy, but we'll work with it later. Alright, so we have more room to put text. So we can put more information in here. Now we could do like a viewport in here. I keep saying viewport. It's a scroll rec or a scroll view. and then have the player slide it around and stuff, but I don't really want that because you're going to slide this around. Or what I might have you do is allow you to use the arrow buttons and go down them. Yeah, I could do that too. I don't know, I'm sure this is going to change a few times, but at least we have something going on. Because, yeah, UI, if you're not happy with it, you can always adjust it. Okay, so this will be where we need our info text. So we're going to change your name. Image info. No, item info. Item info. Background. Background. Make sure we put background in there so we know what it is. Okay. And then rename, or not rename. We're going to use a new text. We could also duplicate this one and then slap it in there. Like that. And this would be our description. So we can make sure that we go to 60 and we'll say this item is food for your monster. And then we could do like how much it does. So I don't know if I'm going to put all of that in one big block, but I think what we should have is like stats in there as well. So, but in order to do that, we'd have to have a spot for the text and a spot for the stats, or you could do it all in one big string, and it would be chaos. So I'm thinking the better idea would be to do just stat text boxes, or stat text, I guess, instead. So we might have to make some adjustments here. So we're gonna start here first, and then I think down below here is where we're gonna have our stats. But yeah, I've seen RPGs that have it where you can actually have a scroll view inside of the information, and then you can scroll down to see more, but I think that just gets too much. I mean, even to me when I play games like that, I'm like, do I really want to scroll down this when I could just see it in plain sight if it was just laid out better? So I think we're going to hang with that. This item is for food. We want to do at least 2 lines, so let's just do this and then item so we can see what we're working with. And that is perfect, because I don't believe we're going to need more than 2 lines. I never have ever used more than 2 lines. For descriptions, I try to be as, descriptive with not much room taking as possible. Alright, and then down below we're going to have our stats. So we're going to make, and we can also hide this within code too, so if it's something that you don't need to see, like let's say hunger amount, you don't need to see that. If it's a helmet, it would be armor or something like that. Now we could also script that in code too and change everything in those boxes to match what we do need, but we'll figure that out later. So what we're going to do is just make a few boxes of text. We'll just duplicate this. Move this over here. Oops. Come on, you. Alright, we'll just go in here then. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Click that. Move this. We need to definitely resize this. And we're going to put one of them over here. And call this, I don't know, hunger, and then we'll say, I don't know, maybe it feeds you 5 times, or maybe it feeds you 2 hearts, or 2 meat slots, maybe it feeds you 1 or 1.5, something like that. But we need a box for that too, so we'd have to duplicate this one. What do we got here? We got item name. We're going to remove this one to the text. description, item description. So another thing I haven't done yet is code the database. However, I already have a database structure, so I'm not too worried about doing that. I can fill all that in as we go through. If I have all this laid out, it's easier for me to just put it into the game in code. I like having it there so I can see it because I want to make sure it works instead of something that doesn't work in the background. And then I'm like, okay, well now I got to go through the debug log. I got to log.print or whatever. And it's just too much. Gets out of hand. So usually I make a debug. Yeah, I would usually make a debug, not a debug. Yeah, probably a debug system, and allow me to control things and see things that the player can't. But in this case, I'm not going to worry about that too much as of right now. Text hunger amount, and that would be how much is fulfilled. And then, but this is going to be a label. We don't want it to be a text. Well, yeah, I guess text, and then we'll make the next one a label. So right next to it is going to be the amount, and we'll just put a 1 in it just to show you. Rename, and we'll rename it to label hunger amount. Now in code, this could be confusing because I've done this before and I've left it and I'm like, wait, what? Text amount and then label amount, which one is what? Is this the label or is this the label? So what I might do is change them a little bit. We do hunger amount number, and that way we know that's the number that is just a label, pretty much. Okay, so we have that. What we're probably going to do is do another one and shove it next to it, because we're not completely done yet. And then again, in code, we can decide what the player sees and what doesn't see. So right here, rename this to text armor, or defense. We can say defense amount. Put one of those next to it. And then we have our number here, and this is going to be our defense number. Put these together so we don't get them confused. There we go. So we have our defense, we have our hunger. Do we need anything else? I mean, I could put, like, eventually, I mean, if we get too many stats, we can condense some of these with either images or abbreviations. I've seen that often, and we might have to do that, but I don't know if we're going to control. The reason why I say this is because I don't know if we're going to control with equipment. I don't think we're going to control our stat. Some of them we will, like our defense. But some of them are going to be controlled by what you do with the monster. So if you feed the monster, if you take care of the monster, you get rid of the contamination. Some of that's going to apply to the stats, probably a stats buff, stuff like that. So when your monster is going out and he's fighting dudes, it's going to take that data and it's going to test it against that enemy and say, okay, you won or you didn't. Or it's going to say you did some sort of damage, or it damaged you, based on those stats. Pretty much. It's the same way as you would in standard combat. Okay. So I think we're going to do at least 3 boxes, and then I might change this as time progresses. We'll do one more of these. duplicate. Oh, why Unity does that? I'm guessing just because it's in the hierarchy, but let's do that. Okay. I wish it would just put them down below, like both of the things that you just did. That I instantiated. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to change this to... What would it be though? Magic defense? Yeah, probably magic defense. But that here we have a problem. Because magic defense is huge. The word. So we'd have to do something like this. Or I've seen games do this. But I think we'll just do this. If we have room. We don't want to go too far over. I like this. Right now I'm just kind of aligning this because I don't want it to look ugly. Whoops, wrong thing, dude. Move that back up. Alright, we'll fix that. Because you can't have multiple selected if you're going to use Unity's alignment, which I hope they do something like that in the future. But it's been that way since I used Unity. There we go. I kind of want to do all this all the way over as much as possible, and then we'll organize this better. Oops. Probably about there. See how that looks. Put this over. Okay, that's already at the thing. That's already at the thing. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright, so let's do an example again. This item feeds the monster, your monster. This item feeds your monster for 1 hunger. And there's your description. Now, is that too big? Not really. Let's keep typing and see what happens. Alright, yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, I don't like that. I wonder if we can do a stretch. Yeah, we have overflow. We don't really do that. I want override. Okay, that's better. Okay, what if we do... Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's better. But I don't like the fact that it goes all the way there, so maybe overflow is better. No, it doesn't matter really. Oh, we'd have to adjust the text. Be a little bit over if we want that to happen. If we don't want it to collide with the background. Or 1 hunger, blah blah blah. Or hunger. So it's going to collide with the in there, but since we have it a little bit off of the background, it shouldn't look like it's crammed against the background, which is what we don't want. Okay, save all this so we don't lose it. Alright, so we have our image. We're going to basically change this though. Let me see this one. I'm going to turn this off for a moment because I want to take something that I've already done. This. I'm going to take this color. And I'm going to put that on our other one. I'm going to put that on our other one. Over here. This. And then we're going to slap some kind of an icon in here. Usually what I would do is put a no picture, but I don't have one of those for this one. Let's do sprites. Do I have a no image in here? No, I didn't put it in here. That's fine. We'll just throw something in there for now. Let's say it's boots. Oh no, it's not boots. It's going to be food. Oops. Right, can't do that. You gotta do that. There we go. So now we have our food, and it's going to say what it's going to say here. And eventually this would just be, let's say we did it in code. Whoops. Let's say we did it in code and we told it only to show, whoops, only to show hunger. And that's what it would look like. Quantity of 1, hunger 1, done. And that's that. So then what would happen here is it would just populate each item that you have, populate down this list until it's completely full. That would be done in code, and it's a lot of instantiation and a huge for loop until it's made. Not really huge. It's only like 2 if statements. Is it 2 for loops? Yeah, I think it's 2 for loops. Alright, okay. So we got this made, we have this made. We have our inventory information. Now this is going to be done next. So in the inventory information, actually, should I even have that over there? You know what? I didn't even think about that. We don't need our stats in here because this is going to display our stats and our icon, which is bigger. Or have a 3D view. You can do that too. Kind of like the old Elder Scrolls 3D view. You can do that too. So we really don't need this. I think I'm going to move this out of here. And we'll have more room for text. Yeah, what was I thinking? Okay, hold on a minute. We already have the background. This is the background. So image, inventory, information, background. Yeah, so we don't really need this. I'm gonna keep it for now. You get more information than what you need, but it's probably gonna be removed because we have this, and this is just too much information. This seems overdone. All right. Image. Put this up. So down here we'll have our information panel. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to do something like that. information panel. Now we'll do this one, maybe. Yeah, that's better. And then up top will be our the image or a 3D image or something of the sort. We need another image. Scale this up. That's way too big. Let's do 200, 200. Whoa, 200, 200. That's too small. 300, 300. Yeah, I think a 3D image would be better. Seems like a lot of empty space. Eventually we can do like 500 by 500, but the sprites are not that big. It'll look weird. I'm pretty sure this will look weird. Right? Yeah, it looks too fuzzy because the sprites are not that big. So we can't do that. 200 by 200 would be fine, but it's too freaking tiny. 400 by 400 is better, but it's still fuzzy, and 300 is like right in the middle. But it looks too tiny. We'll work with it. Alright, we're gonna duplicate this one. This up top. Slightly bigger. And then we're going to put this image in the middle of this image. So we can have a nice little background. So we're going to remove this. Actually, we could put a background in here. We wanted to background. And then adjust that. There we go. Or we could shape this way. That's better. Alright. Now I still want to keep the name over there because that's just weird if you don't. But we can also put the title up here too. So we'll do that. We're going to grab this. Duplicate it, put it down in our other side. Where did I do that? Need one of you. Go. Alright. Move you over here. And you're going to be inside of our image background. So this is it. Yep. Okay, so image. Inventory, stat, oops, background. Alright, that's going to be inside of that. There we go. And then our title will be smack in the middle with a nice little background. UI image. There we go. This. Can't see it, but now you can. not gonna have it black though. And then we'll size this. And then down here we would have our stat. Probably just a bit before. And then we can have our stat. So yeah, I think we're going to remove this. We could also put our buttons over here too. And we don't even need to worry about this. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Because I don't like this anyway. Remove this out of here. Put that down here. And we'll put it in here instead. Oops. Then we can control all that. Perfect. Alright, then we're going to steal these too. So we don't need to make this big. Alright, we need to fix this. Kind of want it to be like that, I guess. Good? Yeah, that's good. And then we just want to squash this. So we kind of want it to be the same thing up and down. Or we want it on the top, but not side to side. We want it on the top. I guess in the middle work. And when we adjust it, it should be like that. Alright, now we just need to no, maybe not. We'll just stretch it side to side up top like that. And we can control it to be there. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Alright, we want this in the middle and only stretch side to side. Something else is stretching the background. Side to side. Alright, good. So when we adjust it, it should still stay at the top. But now it's hiding it. Top. Oh man, let this one move. There we go, much better. Alright, then we need to keep this. Not in the center, to the left. Oh, I had that. Yeah, we don't want to stretch it. Maybe this. This might work. Yeah, much better. Alright, good. Now we can lower that down and that will work just fine. And then we really don't even need quantity over here either. I mean, I kind of want that because it's slapping your face everywhere. So I might keep that anyway. But we don't need this anymore. We're going to move these down into our stat. There. And then we can play with that. These are going to be much bigger. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that. I think I was just not thinking about the fact that I already had an idea for this. So I was cramming it all in there. Alright, so we're going to make this bigger. About 100. probably not that big. We're at 80. So we'll do, what, 70? No. I think 80 is gonna be, it's gonna match. We'll just do 80 all around. And we just need to fix this. There we go. So this is only going to do hunger, and then the other stuff will just be zeros, or just not shown. Like they are now. But we need to show them so I can see them. There we go. And then we're going to shove those down there as well. And then we can put them. Oh yeah, we have plenty of room for multiple stats. Whoa. Alright, make these, what, 80 I think? Oh, yeah. So now we can do magic defense. We can do the whole word. So up to that point. We'll keep these in order here. So I think the better idea would be to center them. Or left align them. Or right align them and keep on this side. Nah, I think left align. Try that first. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I like left align. Maybe. Alright, we need to change it to 80. Change this to 80. Beautiful. Alright, so we can definitely add some more stats. I'm gonna bump this. Alright, so we'll do more stats. We'll do, I know, strength, agility. What else? And then we can center this to do more. I think we'll have this up top, not defense. Nope. I guess we should just leave that. I don't know why I did hunger amount. I should just did hunger. No, I know why I did it. Because it's confusing with the other one. The other UI. But this not so much. This should be fine. Okay, so we got strength. We're gonna move these though. Strength up top. Move these down. Oops. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to also throw in agility, so we're going to move these down some more. Whoops. I want them outside, but up top. Those will be right below. We're going to move this down to there. And that one down to there. And then we can move these up. Just like that. Perfect. Alright. We still got room over here. Which I believe will just center these for now because I don't think we're going to need anything else in that. We'll put hunger up top. No. I think this should be over there. Because this is not a stat. Makes sense. We're gonna move these up. Just like that. Alright, beautiful. Okay, move this over. Eh, a bit too much. Okay, we'll have to move these then. Perfect. Whoa. There we go. Alright, I kind of want it like that though. We'll just do that. Hey Bilbo the puppy, welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you. Alright. Okay, so we have hunger. I don't know if we're gonna need anything else on this side. I don't think so. Oh, contamination, I guess. So we'll do one more. We'll duplicate this. Slide that on down. Oh, my bot did show up today. Awesome. Yeah, it did not show up last time. I was like, dude, where are you? So today it listened to me. Yesterday, yeah, I did live stream and I didn't know that I did not do public. So, my fault on that, and I'm glad I didn't because the whole thing was a mistake. Like, I didn't know it was going to fail. The thing that I wanted to do, I didn't know that I didn't know that it was going to happen, pretty much. Didn't know that it was not going to work out because animations have constraint. Well, there's constraints on models, like imported models that I did not know about because most of my models were my models, not somebody else's. So I did not know that they have constraints, so I had to figure out how to remove those constraints. And yeah, it was just a whole bunch of crap, pretty much, and like 1 hour of just me trying to figure it out on why it was not working. Yep, this is my game. This is the new monster game. This is not the farm game. The farm game is now on hold because there's so much I want to do with it that I would not be able to make enough money to continue development. So this is going to be the game that takes its place for now, to hopefully get enough income to make the rest of that game, because there's a lot I want to do with that game, and it might take about a few years probably for what I want to do with it. Can I do it all? Yes, very much so. It's just all of it is very time consuming. So yeah, as I plotted it out, got it all together, I was like, yeah, this is gonna take some time. Would it be done? Yes, for sure. But it's gonna take too long. So I was like, I need to make money because yeah, development can't happen unless you make money. I mean, what are you gonna do? So this will be the game that goes out to Steam as the first game to go on Steam. This will only be a PC game. It will not be able to go on console because I don't know. I mean, I don't think it can because it's going to run off of a system clock. I'm pretty sure you could on a PS5 or I don't even know if Switch has it, but I know you could probably do it off the system clock on the PS5 because I have one. I don't know about Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. I couldn't tell you, but I think they have a clock. Let me know if they don't. You might be able to use the clock, but again, when you deal with different consoles, they all have their own libraries, so it would just take a ton of time to code for a different console than just stick with PC. So probably gonna stick with PC with this one, and if it works out, then I might branch it off to console, but for right now it will be Steam. And it's a monster ranching game, so pretty much if you were voting on that poll that I put out there, and I seen Monster Rancher was sky high, so that is awesome because that is kind of what this game is going to be. So it's not only going to be like Pokemon, like Digimon, like those kinds of games, but more in the Monster Rancher area. So it's mostly going to be under the hood. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I don't know if it does or if it doesn't, but either way, it's still, you have to code for each library. So in order to code for the system library, I mean, in order to code for the PC is the system clock. I don't know what it would be for console. I've never programmed for consoles, so I don't know what it would be for console, but I imagine it would be something different. You'd have to change all of that to work. And then not to mention, you also have to work on the UI, change that to work on consoles. A lot of developers have issues with that, even big time developers, because you made a UI that works on a certain console or on PC, and then it does not work at all when you put it on console because it just looks ugly or it just doesn't stretch right, or all kinds of problems can happen, and then people throw a fit because it's obviously ugly or it just doesn't work. So yeah, there's a whole lot of that I have to play with on why it may not go to console. Would I love to put it on console? Absolutely, who wouldn't? But again, things get in the way, so. Oh yeah, sure will, dude. I'm very excited to get it on there. Of course, this UI, it looks like it's digital, but it's not quite, and that is because I have to do the art for it. So right now it's just a basic UI, but eventually all this will be replaced with, I'm hoping for like a digital device, something that looks like a device that you're holding in your hands. That's what I'm going to shoot for, but again, I have to make it. So yes, I'm a pixel artist, but I'm not the best pixel artist, so I will figure out how I'm going to put that together and how it will look. So I might have to play with that a bunch of times. I'll probably do live streams while I'm doing art, like I did with Land of Skulls and my other 2 games. All these icons are me. Every single icon that you see in here. If I were to hide this, I don't know if you've seen it already, but this is basically what we're dealing with. So we're going to hide all the UI part. So all these elements that you see here, these are all me. I've done all these art pieces. But some of them are duplicates because I still have to do so much work with these to get new ones, but I figured some of these will work for now. Like I have a duplicate here. But yeah, once you play the game, this is what happens. So here's your monster dude. We already have him working. He's got some bugs, but bugs are going to happen, especially if it's a new game. So right now all he does is wander around in his main place until you tell him to do something. So right now we don't have stats, but you're going to when you click. When I had this being made, it was going to be a web-based game, so you would actually touch the screen or click it if you were on computer, but now it's just click. So anytime you click, you can click again, it goes away, just like any other UI. And then you would click what you want to do. So eventually we would want stats, then this menu would pop up, but we don't have that yet. I just got to code it. But we do have feeding, so you can actually do feed, and he will go to his feeding spot, and you'll see the nice juicy meat sitting there. He will grab that right off of there, shove it in the face, and beautiful. But we don't know what just happened. Even though it's happening in the background, I believe he got fed. I just have to go check it, but I'm pretty sure he did eat that juicy steak. Yeah, right there. The monster hunger is now 1, so he did eat. So all I have to do now is just code it into what the player sees, pretty much. And that's that. That's as far as I've gotten. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. But I'm glad to see he's moving right, because he used to bug out a lot. So I'm glad to see he's not anymore. I was playing with that earlier, and hopefully we've solved it, but if not, I'll have to figure it out. But right now we're working on the inventory, so yeah, we're gonna get back into that. Right about, yeah, I was hoping to show all that yesterday, but my stream did not go up, so that sucks. My fault, pretty much. But it happens. Alright, where are we? Inventory. Turn on. Okay, back to this. Now we do have a UI for the DungeSplore, and we have a UI for monster information. I did that early. I did that yesterday. But we don't have. We do now have an inventory, but we don't have equipment and we don't have options yet. That will be coming soon. What I do need to figure out is, contamination with it. So we need to do contamination, and we need to rename these to. Now this game is not going to be expensive. Don't think it's going to be like $25 or anything like that. It's I'm debating whether or not $7 to at the most 15, but I want to play with how much content is in it to gauge that price. So yeah, it could be cheap, but that's okay because it's my first fully released Steam game, so I don't mind taking the hit. Even if it deserves more, I don't care. I want people to buy it, not just be like, oh, that's expensive. I'm not gonna buy that because I've done it. I mean, we've all have, so yeah, I want it to be fully available to everyone. What are we doing? Okay, so we want to do 10, not 7. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm willing to go as low as 7, so we'll see how it goes. But I want to make sure there's enough in there. Like right now, all I have is 3 monsters that I can play with, and that's what's going to debate whether or not it's going to be $7 or 10. We'll see. But yeah, right now, I mean, there's so much I'm going to throw at it. Whereas like dungeon exploring and all that stuff, You're basically going to have an idle, and then you're going to have a non-idle. So you're going to have combat that you can control, and then you're going to have combat that you don't control. He controls it. So, which is DungeSploring. So you're going to do DungeSploring, which is basically sending out your monster. He's going to go get loot on his own. He's going to fight things on his own. It's all going to be generated based on stats with your enemy and you, your monster. And then whatever happens through that, it's all going to be generated. So when you load it up, in the background, it's basically going to generate what happened while you were gone. Now, while you're playing the game, it's going to generate before your eyes, but while you're not playing it, it's going to generate it when time was lost. So it's going to check your clock, it's going to run through how many hours you missed, or 5 minutes, whatever I want it to do, depending on what it is. If it's a monster battle, probably less. If it's a loot crate, or not a loot crate, but some kind of chest that you run across, maybe a little bit more. I don't know, it just depends on that, on how many minutes that have passed. But yeah, it's basically going to run through a randomizer and then give you the log of it. And I can show you that too. That UI is already done to a point. I mean, a lot of this might be adjusted, but now you can get an idea by seeing it, which is right here. So this is basically what you'd see. Now, mind you, yeah, you're not going to just get one item. You're going to get several, but this is just what it would look like. So this is all there. So yeah, this would be fully programmed on giving you multiple items on what you get, and then you can slide through it or whatever. Similar to this, if you haven't played it, would be Fallout Shelter. I've seen other games play like this too, some other games, but Fallout Shelter comes to mind because I love the crap out of that game. But yeah, similar to that, where you send out a monster or whatever on a mission, and then he does his own thing, and then you get stuff when he comes back, pretty much. So yeah, your items would be here. This is the log, so it would say you did this, your monster did this, and so on and so forth. Pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna get out of this and go back into main inventory. Alright, so we got contamination. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I don't see what else we would need. Contamination, hunger. Contamination would be if you don't take care of your monster. I don't know if he's gonna poop or if he's not gonna poop. I'm thinking he is, or something of the sort. And then if you leave it for hours and hours and hours, then yeah, he's probably gonna be contaminated, or it's gonna be something else. Maybe he's not fed. Then he starts contaminating, stuff like that. That's going to be contamination. It's just basically something that could happen when you don't take care of your monster. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to have numbers though. I think this is going to be removed, and we're going to actually have a visual aid, because we have a visual aid for the standard one. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do a visual aid instead. But I'm going to do numbers for now. Now that I'm thinking about that, I think maybe I should put that center. Yeah, I'll just do it now. I mean, the right side is basically going to be your monster's, what affects your monster, and then the left side is going to be the stat. So if it's something that enhances its strength, agility, and all that, that would be on the left side. And on the right side, if it enhances its hunger or contamination, then it would do that, or clean him, pretty much. I don't think I'm going to need anything other than that. We'll go with that for now. But yeah, that's it. So there's our inventory information. This will be our item. Here's the item name. Here's the item slot. This is the quantity. And then of course when you click this, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a button in here. So this should not be this, it should actually be a button. I made a mistake. What do I have behind this? I don't even have anything behind this. Okay, well I can just slam it in there then. Oh no, here it is. So instead of this being an image slot background, we're gonna need to make this a button. So what we're gonna do is I don't really want to turn it into a button. I think we're just gonna add a button. And then go from there. So I kind of want to keep this button, and then we'll just adjust it to that size. So we're just going to finally borrow this and throw this over here into our content, and then we're going to stick it right on top of this. Oh, right on the bottom of it. It's like nothing ever happened, pretty much. Now we can get rid of this. Oh. We're gonna slap this stuff inside of this now. Okay. So it can't be on top of it, so it has to be under it. No, I don't like that idea though. No, I kind of want it to do that. Why can't I? Hold on, let's do this and throw that on top of it. Yeah, that worked. Okay, I don't know why I was probably adding it all to that as a parent. That's probably what I was doing. All of them would be childs of this. We don't want that. No children's of that. Okay. This is the text. We're not going to have this because it doesn't need it. And the rest of it's going to be on top of that button. So this will be controlled by this. And we would put a click in here, and this would run the code. And now it looks like a button. Alright, so that's all set up now. But we're going to change this name though. This will be button item slot. Awesome. Rec all the way down, viewport all the way down, content will go. I don't think we're going to do it all the way down, but we do want that to stay at the top. So for this, we're going to keep our item slot up top. So when we move the content window, it should stay there. Yep, just like that. Beautiful. Alright, so that's going to be our content window. Awesome. Alright, we're going to change this though. Lighter. That's because we did a background. That's a good in between. Do that. Okay, so there's our inventory window. For now. Again, things might change. I might actually change this right now because I don't like this. I think this should be darker. At least slightly darker like that. And then again over here. I don't think I have a background on this. No, I don't. Oops. Alright, UI, we're gonna do an image. What? Oh, that's why. Okay, I don't care right now. Okay, maybe I do care. I get that out of there, we'll resize it before we do that. What in the world? I'm sure this is inside. Yeah, this should be inside. Where's the text? Oh, okay. Alright, we're going to name this as title background. So image, title, background. There we go. Alright, now we can adjust this. I kind of want to take that color. Okay, no, that doesn't look right. Should be darker. Maybe we can do black. I don't really want to do that. Like a very dark blue. Yeah, like that. Kind of looks like the other one. I don't know why there's a difference here. Does this have a background on it or something? Is that what I did? I think I did. No, I didn't. Well, we'll just take this then. There we go. It still doesn't look. Oh, it's because of the. Alright, hold on. We'll lighten this up a bit. Not too light. Just enough. Hey, Cheese-san, welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you. How you doing today? Doing good? Alright, so yeah, I think that will work. We can also stretch this out down now. Nope, still doing showcases. Basically, a lot of crap's been happening in my life this year. It's been a terrible year. I lost 2 dogs. I had COVID for a very long time. My wife lost her job. I got a new one, so that's all good. And then I had a cold not long ago for like weeks, and I don't even know why. So, yeah. A whole lot has been happening, and that's why there hasn't been much going on. Plus, I got this going on. So this is a new game that I'll be releasing on Steam. I'll be doing more live streams of this than I will be doing Zomboid. However, I will still be doing Zomboid, so showcases will still happen. They're just going to be less often. So I'm planning to do one every month now on showcases, and I might even live stream Zomboid. Yeah, I'm better now. Everything's good. For now, hopefully. So. Oh, did it? Yeah, I gotta work with that bot. I tried getting in my other bot, and then this one's old, so I don't know what I did with it. It's been years. But for some reason, this bot showed up and not the other bot that I wanted. So sorry for that, but I guess it's strict. So be careful. But yeah, I gotta work with the bots. I gotta figure out why the other one won't show up. The one that I did mess with is not showing up. The one that I didn't mess with is showing up. So yeah, I don't know why, but it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully things will get better next year. I'm hoping for the better thing, but yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks when these years happen, but we move on, right? We just move on. We always think positive, and hopefully next year will be positive, because this year just absolutely just sucked. So yeah, we're looking for a better year next year, that's for sure. But yeah, back on my toes, so we will have showcase. I think I just did one. I had one done in August. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I really do. And hopefully, yeah, next year will be better. But yeah, I did do one in August. I plan on doing another one this month. What I'm going to cover, I don't know yet. I'm thinking about that nice juicy tank that I just seen though. By, is it Papa something? Papa something. If you know his name, let me know. But it's Papa something. But I'm thinking about doing the tank. You stay awake for weeks? Ouch, yeah. I don't know what I'd do with myself if that was the case. Insomnia, pretty much. Yeah, I'd be a zombie. Pretty much I'd be a zombie in Zomboid. That's all I can say. I don't know how you did it. Well, hopefully things are good now, man. This item feeds your monster for 100, which is great. Okay, so that is fine. We're gonna leave that. And then yada yada yada. Okay, we're good. So it'll center it. Good. Oh, they got a new motorcycle? Okay. That might jump up. I love my bikes, dude. Yeah, I might have to rush that one. That's freaking sick. Especially if it worked. Oh, good. Glad things are good. Looking up. That's good. That's real good. Alright, so we are done with this. What is this bug down here? Index was out of range. I wonder what that was from. I'll have to look into that. That's a weird bug that came out of nowhere. Oh, bugs, how we love them. No, we don't. Not at all. Okay. Alright, so next on the list would be our options menu. So this game pretty much is going to be like a Monster Ranchers game. I'm glad that on the poll that I released on YouTube, the community poll, I asked a question of if you like these, which one is your favorite? And out of Pokemon, Digimon, Monster Rancher, and some other mon, I don't even remember what it was. Monster Rancher took the lead, and I am absolutely amazed by that because I downright figured it would be Pokemon, but it was not. It turned out to be Monster Rancher. So in my favor, this game is going to be like Monster Rancher. So yeah, awesome. More like Monster Rancher, however, it still has some of the other ones. Yeah, I figured I actually did expect Pokemon to win, but it did not, which is weird to me anyway. I love Monster Rancher, I'll tell you what. But I did not expect it to take control. I thought Pokemon was going to be the one. I'm surprised, I really am. but that is awesome because that's good for me when I release this thing. But it's not going to be completely like Monster Rancher, so don't expect it to be like Monster Rancher. It's going to have its own unique things. Being as it will have idle, which Monster Rancher did have kind of idle in it. And then it didn't have idle. Like there were some parts of the game that you didn't do just your monster battles and then you just watch it. Most of it was you just watch it. This one is not going to have that. You're going to have idle and then you're going to have full control. So you're going to be able to run this in the background or not run it at all, close down the game, come back to it, and things would happen. Whatever happened will be shown in, as I've showed before, which you weren't here yet. Basically would be this option menu right here. If I could find it. So much crap going on. Right here. So what you would see here is what happened. Now on this side, you're going to see, while you're playing the game, you'll be able to have a visual. So your monster will be doing whatever he's doing on the left side. That's why you don't see anything, because I have to do a rendered image, and that would be taken from a camera. And the camera will have the monster and whatever's happening on that side, and then I'll throw that into that screen. And then on the right side is going to be your log. So this is going to tell you what happened. I have a brief example written there. That's going to be erased, and whatever happens is going to be thrown at you as it happens. So every so many minutes or whatever while you're playing it, it could be different while you're playing it versus not playing it, which it probably will be, because the longer you are away, the more things are going to happen. So less things would happen, because when you get back on, your whole thing would be just a whole jumbled mess. So I kind of want to consolidate that a little bit. But while you're playing it, it might happen faster, because the benefit of you playing it, pretty much, versus just letting it sit. And then things happen, of course. So you're going to gain loot in the background. When you come back to it, all your loot is going to line up here, all the way out. As I've said before, if you've seen or played a game called Fallout Rancher, or Fallout Rancher, got Rancher on the brain, dude. Fallout Shelter. Kind of when you send out your Fallout dude to go wander and do some things. That's kind of the idea here. I've seen other games do it, not just that one. That one's just a better idea. I love that game, by the way. Game's freaking awesome. If you haven't played it, you should play it. At least once, give it a shot. But kind of the same premise here, but a little bit different. Some things are going to be changed with that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I love that game. AFK Farm might have been. I haven't played that one. I played AFK, what is it called? AFK, not Arena, but the other one. That one was a fun game for a little while. AFK Journey or something like that? I think that's it. AFK Journeys or something? That one was pretty fun. It's all idle though. I mean, you can take control of your dude if you want to, but I didn't. I just let it idle. I don't know, any of those games I played, I just let them idle. I like watching it happen. I like to see it happen, pretty much. I'll do games that you can control, but system AFK farming. Oh, I get where you're going. I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, pretty much like that. Like times, and then you come back and your crop's done over time. It's going to be all by the system clock. So yes, I am well aware you can change your system clock. That's been pointed out to me several times. But this is where Digimon comes in. So if you do that, your monster needs to be fed, he needs to be kept in order, and if you speed up the time, you're probably going to kill your monster because it is TKO in this game. There is permadeath, so if you kill your monster, then you won't have a monster anymore. Now, as far as while you're sending him out on a journey to do whatever he's going to do, that I'm debating. I might have an option for you to have permadeath, but I don't think it's fair. I think him being knocked out would be better in that case, because things can happen in life and then you get back and then you're like, dude, my dude's dead. Yeah, yeah. See, nobody wants to just idle all the time, and I get that. So yeah, I want you to have the option of control and then no control. Yeah, I do want permadeath, and it is going to be a thing, but I don't think it's nice in idle. I don't think it's a nice way to do it, because if you were away and something came up, you got to it. Let's say worst case scenario, you got into a car accident. Am I going to expect you to leave your car accident and go play this game to save your monster? No, not at all. So that kind of thing, I kind of want to maybe have him get knocked out. Now, it's going to take probably a long time for him to die when you don't care for him, but balanced. So you don't have to worry about if you get into an accident, he's not going to die. Yeah, I think that would be way too unfair. Now, I might have it as an option if you really want to be full hardcore, and yeah, you get to an accident and you really want to be hardcore and you have to get out of your accident just to save your monster, then maybe I will, let you do that. But I don't see it as a demanded thing. I don't like it. I think it's unfair. Yeah, it would just be too crazy. It's unfair. I think it's unfair. So yeah, that will not be a thing unless it's an option. But as far as your control, I still think I'll have it knock out. I don't think I'll let him die. I'm still debating on that, because that's your control. When you fight monsters, that could be permadeath, but I'm still debating on that too. But idle for sure, no, not gonna happen. I might take a poll and see what people think and go by majority on your control battles. And that will be, what I'm going to shoot for is, what is it called? Turn-based combat. Like, pretty much Pokemon. Turn-based combat. So he's going to have abilities. That's already known. Particles and all that stuff, I already have that. I bought like over $500 of art, so I'm going to use some of that for this game as well as the farming game. The problem is when I jumped to this game, I didn't have all of the art because I'm using art that I had from that purchase, but a lot of the art that I don't have I can make, so it's not a big deal, but it's going to cause some time delays. Just because of pixel art. I mean, all these pixel arts I've done. This is mine. I just have to do more of them to get them in this game. So I do have enough, but not a lot. So there's a few of them that I'll have to do. Plus, the background of this is going to change. So I'm shooting for a digital tablet kind of thing. Kind of like a digital device, but this is just colors. Eventually this will be replaced and it will have my art. So, but I'm going to shoot for like a device in your hands, and it's going to do what you see here. Pretty much. But as you can tell, it's blue. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the blue category, but it's going to be a darker type vibe, because it's a monster. I mean, yeah, it should be dark. So that's the idea. I tried to make it as dark as I could with colors, but it's kind of hard unless you do black and gray. It's hard to make a dark experience. I mean, I could go darker if I wanted to, but again, it's just colors. I think it'll be better when I have the art actually done. And then these will be buttons. There are buttons right now, but they'll be better designed buttons. So they look like machine buttons. Almost like a mechanical keyboard button, pretty much. That's what I'm going to shoot for. So it'll look like old school device, pretty much. Like something you would see in like the 80s, maybe. Yeah, probably. 70s, 80s. A mechanical piece of junk, pretty much. We'll go with that. And that's dark as it is, because anything that looks like that is pretty much vintage. So so let's get out of here. Back to the new window. That's what we just did. And I think I like this. There's some things that I might change, especially this. I think that's going to be a 3D object. So I'll play with that. I might do the whole Elder Scrolls thing and have it spin around. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But right now, it's just an icon. Again, all that stuff's gonna come later, because what I want is a working game first, and then all the fancy stuff will come after. So I'll begin probably coding the monster, the rest of it, over the next few weeks. Right now the AI works, it's just not everything. So yeah, I will have you. Right now you can feed him, but you can't really clean him, or he doesn't do things that could contaminate him at this moment. We're gonna change all that. Yeah, 3D does sound good to me too. I think that's a better thing because my icons are not that big when I made these, and I don't want to throw that off. So I think a 3D viewer would be better in my case for that, because these are only 100 pixels. Now I could do a 300 pixel, but good God, I mean, to make 100 of those sprites, I would probably be spending most of my time doing that than I would be on making the game. So I kind of have to balance time management in there. And I think throwing 3D in there would be much easier than for me to do all that. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 3D. Pretty sure. It's looking good. Alright, so we're gonna need a new panel. How much time do I have? Okay, I'm doing okay. I still gotta pick up my kid from school, so I gotta play with that time too. And I will not be streaming when my child is here, because it's not gonna happen. Trust me. That kid is way too noisy and way too love her to death, but my God. My God. Alright. So let's see here. We need a new panel. Do I want to duplicate? No, I don't. I don't want to duplicate because then I have a lot of deleting to do. So I think we're just going to make a new panel. But in this case, it's not going to be a panel. It's going to be a image. Yep, that's what I did last time. I think I'm making more work for myself if I do panels, because I'm going to replace them. Main monster panel. We're going to add a new UI image. And we're going to make this bigger. And we want it to go all the way up to this. And we're going to snatch this color here. There we go. And now we're going to call this panel what are we calling this? Panel options. Okay. Now how do we want our options menu to look? I guess I could standardize it. Yeah, I might standardize it. There's not going to be a whole lot of buttons in this game. It's pretty much going to be a clicking game, so as far as hotkeys go, I don't think we're going to need it. Now if we do later on, then I'll probably add one, but this is going to be basic. So we're going to have async, we're going to have windows and all that other stuff. I'll have to figure out how Unity handles that though. We'll do graphics. Pretty much graphics, sound. That's about it. I mean, what else would you need? So we'll just do another image. And now we can do graphics on this side, image or audio on the other side, or we can just do a scroll thinger and have you go down it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to go with left and right. Let's get that started. Boom. All right. There we go. Oh. Alright, cram those suckers together. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. No, not that. Do we? Want to do that? Yeah, I suppose we could. And then we'll change them as things go on. This is basically just going to be panels. Maybe a background. There we go. There we go, and then we probably will do a little bit of a gap here. And another little gap here. And you can see the two windows now. Cool. Alright, and then what we're going to have is our title. So we're going to name this our left side. Panel left side. And then our other one will be panel right side. And then we'll have our titles. This. All right. Maybe this will be our graphics. Or just put graphics. I mean, I know it's options because they're already in it. Why would it be graphics? I don't know. All right. It just seems overdone. UI image. Alright, now we need to change the background of this. Probably like a dark color. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Oops. I don't know why I just took that and not the whole thing. Why would I do that? That's weird. Okay, don't do that. Do this. And I can get the whole thing. Alright, then we'll just put it in, we will put this inside of our right panel. There we go. That lined up. Put that over there. And then we're going to change the text to audio. Need more text. We're gonna rename this to audio options. All right. I think we'll just have more text. Not the image, we want the text. Be on our left side. Then we can control it. So let's say it's resolution. And then we would have a control here. And then we would have probably do a scroll ref for scroll view. Yeah. Yeah, because they don't allow you to do lists, which sucks. I mean, I could make my own, I suppose, but that's time consuming. But I think we'll just use yeah, if they had a drop down or a I don't think they do. Like one already made. Oh, they do. Oh, awesome. Alright, cool. So we'll do that instead. We'll use a drop down. I didn't think I had one. Alright, so we need to be on the left side and we're going to do a drop down. Wow, that's freaking small, dude. Look at that tiny little thing. Alright. There we go. Ramp that up. Alright, so how do we control this? This is all new to me. Alright, so, oh, they have options in here. So when you click the option, it'll do the thing. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. They have sprites? For sprites in there? I don't want to do sprites. I want to do text. If I can I do text? Item. Okay, so would I add them in the drop down? Item text. Ah, okay. Option A, option B, option C. So yeah, you can do either sprites or you can do text. We're gonna do text. And we need to make the text huge because that looks awful. Item background. Item label. Font size. Probably 80. I don't know. Maybe we should do the template first. I mean the template. Label. So we want to make sure what it looks like, so we're going to use this for an example. Center it, bold it, we're going to change the color of our drop down. Make more of a this color. No, wrong. Not a white, but maybe a lighter blue. Like that. And then the text. That label. Text color would just be white, I would imagine. No, not that. This for text color. There we go. And that's what it would look like. So we just need to make sure those are item background. Probably gonna be the same as this. The label is gonna be the exact same thing as this, so we're gonna just take our label information and paste the value there, and that now is the same exact thing. Check. I'll have to play with that. I'm not sure what that will look like. How does that look? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks awful. Alright, hold on a minute. Definitely gonna have to size that up. So the item, no, not that. We need the item to be bigger. Because it's not gonna fit. Now let's try it. Better, but not. Maybe the content window? No, the content window will be adjusted. The viewport needs to be adjusted. We'll make this longer. Okay, what is that? Does that have a scroll bar on it? I want to know how to make that bigger. How do we make this bigger? What is this? Not the item. Not the... It's the template? No. Scroll bar. Yeah, we're gonna remove that. No scroll bar. There we go. Alright, we don't want scroll bar to be visible. Oh, I think that's on the viewport. Come on. Or it's inside. See that. Huh. I wonder why it's throwing in a scroll bar. I deleted it. Here. Vertical only, clamped, plastic, unrestricted. Not elastic. Here. Viewport. Yeah, it should not have a scroll bar. Wonder what that is on the side there. It's something to do with the template. Okay, here's your viewport. Why do we have scroll bars? Canvas graphic, canvas group. There's a scroll bar in here? I don't see one. That's strange. Very weird. I'll have to figure that out, I guess. I don't know why there is one. They're missing, but they're still there. Navigation automatic. No. I'll have to play with that over time. Image, arrow, what's the arrow? Oh, okay. That's just to tell you to click down. Why is that so tiny? Can we make that bigger? Plus we need to colorize that thing. You know, the better drop down. White doesn't work. Not black. You can hardly even see it. That much bigger, a little bit bigger. Better. Yeah, it's been destroyed. I'm trying to access it, but I shouldn't be able to access it. There is no scroll bar. Do last week. I'm wondering why it's keeping that scroll bar. I might have to look that up on. That's interesting. You tell it you don't want it, and then it wants it. It doesn't care. It's just gonna give it to you anyway. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want the scroll bar thingy. Whatever this is needs to go away. Blocker. Is that what we're calling it? No. Okay, so this is the drop down list. So it's the drop down list that I need to adjust. I've got nothing. So the image is the UI sprite. And this is elastic. Oh, I see. Alright, I don't like it. I'm gonna definitely have to play with this, I suppose. Okay, no UI sprite. I should remove that. Object has been destroyed, so you're trying to access it. Nothing's been destroyed. The only thing that's been destroyed is the scroll bar, but I don't have it active. Where's that message coming from? What is the object? What is null? Your target. I wish it would tell you what null reference you have. I don't see a null reference in there. Unless I'm blind. Not process pointer. Event data. I don't see the scroll bar being a problem. So the only thing I think of is that they don't want you to get rid of the scroll bar. It's not like the other one where it would just avoid it. You don't have to have a null reference. This one, if it's null, it will not work. So we'll have to make a new drop down and try it again. It's fine, I guess we could do that. Oh well. Okay. We got resolution, which will have options to that. I guess we'll try it again. Drop down. Move it up. Move this out. Move it below it. Probably gonna stretch this out more. We'll just leave the scroll bar this time. We don't need it that big. Just big enough. I don't think we're gonna change too much of this. I think we'll just change the label. Well, the label will be the default, so it's not gonna matter anyway. Because we're gonna have to change the default anyway. Okay, the template. first we're going to need that color again. We're going to do a lighter color. We're going to snatch this arrow over here. Make that bigger. Okay. That should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. And then of course here would be whatever the resolution is, so whatever default resolution you're at. And then we'll need more options. So we'll have to fill the options anyway because we don't know what you have on your computer. So we'd have to get that, and then we'd have to add the options at runtime. So for right now it'll be option A, option B, option C, but those will be removed and replaced. Alright. So that's that. It's probably going to look like crap though. Hold on. Looks not that. Yeah, it's going to look like crap because we haven't shaped that yet. So, report content. Our solid background. There's our scroll bar. Alright, let's click that and let's see what's going on first. I want to make sure. Alright, now we can click this. This is our drop down, is it not? Yeah. And then inside of our drop down is a viewport, and that's the thing we're going to adjust. And then we have our scroll bar and our content. And there's our options, which we're also going to adjust them to be bigger. So that's next on the list. Let's do that. So, okay. Our template viewport, and we're going to adjust this to be the same. And the content is going to have an item. Now our items are going to be bigger. That's way too small. We're going to make our items a little bit bigger here. And we're going to have our text be the same. Check mark is going to be black. And our label is going to be the same as our label. Well, no, because we didn't do it, but we're going to do it now. So 60. Now we can grab this. Copy component. We're going to remove that because it's going to be default. And we're going to go down to our label and we're going to replace our text with these values. Now we shall play and we should see it. Okay, much better, but we got problems. Alright. So our view needs to be bigger. So it's not view, it's template. Go back down. Template will be bigger. No. Maybe it goes by the size. Yeah, it must go by the item size. Maybe. Come on, let me click it. Alright, let's see it in the list. Okay, this is the drop down. The viewport. The scroll bar. We can't adjust the viewport. Can we adjust the content? No. I mean, yes, but we don't want to. It must be adjusted by the size or the amount. I don't know. Let's say they're a little bit bigger. What now? Object is destroyed, but you're still trying to use. I think they just have problems with their. It just has problems. I think I'm just gonna make my own because it's too wonky. It doesn't work right. So we'll just make our own. And really we would just use the same concept but with our predetermined stuff in it. Yeah. Alright, so we'll leave that for now. I don't think I'll have time. No, I won't have time for that. Okay, so we'll just keep going. So we have our resolution. Right here. We're gonna rename this label resolution. And then we're gonna duplicate this and we're gonna come down. We're gonna need vsync. We'll just leave it. Work on that later. Label vsync. What other options? Anything else that we need? Resolution, vsync. I don't know. Stuff might come later, but right now, that's the key thing. Okay, so let's go on this side and we're gonna borrow these. And we're going to have our background. Okay, rename. And we'll have a selectable to do that, which would be a nice, whatever they're called, slider. And then we'll need sound effects, volume, nope. And then we will need, I mean, I guess we could do a master as well. And then we'll just put the background down. Boy. Okay, let's move that down. Put this down. This background music. Yeah. And then this is our master volume. We're going to put that up top. We're going to rename that master volume. And then we'll have sliders. For that. Okay. And those will be a check mark or just say yes or no kind of thing. Probably check. Yeah. So we have that, and then we just need our sliders. And that is going to need to be much bigger than what it is. We're not going to do too big. It'll be center. That's center. Yeah, so okay. Alright, that is very wonky. Where's that handle? Idiot. I'll fix that handle a bit, huh? Oops. Where did the handle go? Oh. Why? Did we make this too tiny? Okay, hold on a minute. Let's put it back up. Okay, that is ginormous. We're gonna fix that. We want it to be the size of this, and we want it to be at least round. And is that default value? Max value 1, and value 0. So this will be value of 0. Let me make sure. I wonder why they want you to see that. Let's just do that. And then let's say we want to make it. Whoa, what? There we go. Say full or not full. We'll adjust our handle a little bit. Cover that and then slide this back some. There we go. And then we can colorize it. So our background would be, I don't know, probably this color. Our fill area. That. Awesome. Then our handle. Probably a little bit lighter. And we can adjust the lines. Beautiful. I think I'm going to change the background a little bit though. So it'll be full probably, and then you would adjust it. Well, we probably have it at about 70. The max value would be 70, no, 100, which would be that, and then we would say 70, which would be your default. And we're good to go. Now we can just take that slider. Where's this image? Oh, I see. We're going to rename that. This would be... Okay, all of this needs to get out of here because this is all separate. There. That's what we want. Because that's just going to be the background of this. So we're going to rename this to text audio background, or audio options background. And we're going to take these out of here because they do not need to be in there. Move those outside. There we go. And then we need to click this slider. And we're not going to have it a child of that. We're just going to move it outside. And this is going to be called rename slider. Master volume. And then we're going to duplicate that again and move it down here. And we're going to call this one rename background music. And then we will duplicate it one more time. And rename this to sound effects volume control. We want to make sure, oh no, we don't need to because it's going to be slider. That's fine. Save. Alright, then we got all our sliders. Another thing we'll have to do is a VSync and a resolution and whatever else we want to do over there. That is that. Okay. Options done. It'll probably be a work in progress, but yeah, that is that. And we are good. So that is all the menus that we needed to get done today, and I think that will be it for this week. I will probably live stream next week, and I will probably begin on programming our monsters some more. If I do not do a showcase. So if I do a showcase, then you won't see me, but if I don't do a showcase, then you will see me. So it depends on what I want to do with this work, because again, this is going to be my priority over showcases because this is a working game that will sell on the market, so I need that because YouTube is not helping me out that much. So we're going to do that more. So I probably will do like live streams of Project Zomboid in the future, so definitely stay tuned for that. But you will see a lot more of this. because this is where I need to take my future. So yeah, but thanks for hanging out if you're watching, and I hope to catch you in the next live stream. Goodbye for now.